Hello everyone, welcome to Book Club Preview. I'm Michael, and today we're looking at Charlie and the Last Equation, Chapter 10 and 11. So, Chapter 10, it starts off with Charlie really the director Carter getting a phone call from Dante, and Dante explaining why they should go to Hebrew University. Hebrew University is one of the many things Einstein did, or I guess in the story, he helped start a university in Jerusalem, and he was even, I think, the lead math or science professor or something like that there. But Einstein had donated and given a lot of books, papers, essays, articles, documents, probably things too, to help the university. In part of that grouping was probably a case of books with Shakespeare and Sherlock Holmes and Charlotte's Web, and I mean I don't know. Oh, maybe not Charlotte's Web. That one's probably too new. Uh, I don't know. Some other books. I'm trying to think of some philosophy titles, but everything just escaped my mind. So, anyways, but it's a bunch of different things. But of course, album of Sherlock Holmes, which probably has the Pandora equation in it. And so they change direction and they start heading to Jerusalem, to Hebrew University. Now, Director Carter, she can't go back to sleep. Okay, she got the call, I think sometime around midnight, and then she had to call people to help her agents get to Jerusalem, create some excuse to help them get into Jerusalem Library, and everything she had to be really, really quiet about because she doesn't want anyone to know about Pandora. So she has to be really sneaky and, oh yeah, these agents are just doing some research and please let them come in, and different contacts and networking, and also getting the jet refueled and stuff like that. When Agent Carter, uh, when something like that happens, she can't go back to sleep. And they say like the work gets her up in the morning. Yeah, I'm getting up to fight bad guys. But the fear keeps her from falling asleep. Oh man, what if the bad guys get there first? Oh man, what if the bad guys do this? Oh man, what are the bad guys doing right now? I better get up. I better get to work. And so that's what she does. She takes a walk, gets to work, and starts getting down to some business. Now, she also thinks about Charlie as she's on this walk. And she's like, well, you know, I know Dante really likes Charlie, and there's some kind of hidden relationship there between Dante and Charlie. But, man, Charlie's a criminal. And criminals think differently than other people. Agents like Carter and Dante and Milana, you know, they have a sense of right and wrong, of doing good. But criminals, they're just selfish. They only think about themselves. And so because Charlie is a criminal, Director Carter doesn't think she can be trusted with all this information about Pandora. And so Director Carter thinks she needs to bring someone in to take care of Charlie. Oh, wow. Did not see that coming. So Director Carter gets on the phone, or I can't remember, maybe she meets someone at the end of her walk to plan how to take care of Charlie. Chapter 11, it starts with, Charlie just looking through this stack of files that Dante's passed her on the Furies. And she's looking through, and yeah, like we already kind of talked about, there's nothing special about him. 6 Caucasian young men that are angry. Like that's all she can really find in common. They're just angry. And they've been in a lot of trouble. The only one that's a little special is the leader, Alexei, who, man, he seems okay, right? He went to university for 3 years, did pretty good, but he couldn't finish because of finances, so he dropped out. He did get in a little bit of trouble with the police, but mostly for just drinking. And so he's a little bit different than the other guys, but still sounds dangerous. And Charlie looks at one picture that they have of him where he's looking at a Middle Eastern woman or young woman like Charlie's age, and he just looks like, he just looks so angry, like he could just kill her right now. And Charlie's like, ooh, gives her shivers. These guys look bad. Then she also looks at the agent's files. Dante says, hey, we know all about you. You should know about the people you're working with. Here's my file. Here's Milana's file, or Agent Moon. And so, Charlie looks at it. Yeah, she already knows everything about Dante pretty much. Did great in college. Was like a national or wrestling champion or state champion. Recruited into CIA even before he graduated. Okay, sure. Oh, and I think he likes Milana Moon. She looks at Milana Moon's folder. Oh, yep. She's Native American, which Charlie thought. And Milana's very, very smart, very consistent, very athletic. And soon after she graduated, the CIA recruited her. So, okay, seems cool. While she's looking at these files, they fly in to Greenland, where there's a U.S. military base, and they're going to get more fuel for their plane. Greenland is freezing. It's just covered in ice, and it's nighttime, and they land, and there are some soldiers, American soldiers, like trying to get the fuel ready, and I just love it. It's so funny. One soldier comes into the airplane. He looks at Charlie and he's like, what? And Charlie, she just says this, it's so funny. She's like, it's bring your daughter to work day. Mommy and daddy here told me that if I help them take out some illegal, I think, drug traffickers, they'll give me a lollipop. And so it sounds so funny in the book of, this soldier's probably just like, what in the world? Who is this person? Who's this little girl? And, I think Dante tells her to sit down or be quiet or something, and she ends up going back to her files. Now, she's looking at the files again, but she's waiting for this moment. As soon as the airman, the soldier, says, okay, well, I'm going to go help people out. You guys stay in here. He opens the door, and Charlie pushes him off to the side and runs outside. Now, it is freezing outside. Oh! And she runs as fast as she can to a fuel tank. And in this fuel tank, she takes out her hidden item, this lighter with this jade dragon, or maybe it's a jade lighter with a dragon in it. And it looks really beautiful, like a family heirloom. And she takes it out, and she looks at it. She's gonna light it, and she's holding up by the fuel tank. And everyone's like, "Whoa, whoa, you're crazy! Don't do this!" She's like, "Dante, tell me the truth. What happened in Bern?" And Dante says, "Okay, okay, calm down. I'll tell you the truth of what happened." And Charlie says, "Okay, tell me right now, while we're all standing out in the cold." So next chapter, I guess Dante tells him what really happened. Okay, vocabulary. Ardent means like stubborn or strong or not giving up, continuing. Troves is like many. Piles. Einstein sent troves of books and things like that. Ardent is ardent supporter, means a really strong supporter. Concocting is like planning or creating. If you think of like making some chemical potion, something like that. Tarmac is the place that airplanes land in airports, that road that they land on. Dossier is how this is pronounced. A dossier is like a file or stack of papers on someone or something. Festering is like if I have a cut and some bad things get inside that cut, like bacteria, it'll kind of grow and change and get stinky and start really hurting my body. That's kind of that festering. Ugh. Erudite is like unique or different, or well, it's kind of a unique way to just say someone is smart, that they have a lot of knowledge. The Furies are not erudite. They don't show a great amount of knowledge or something like that. Sadistic is someone who takes pleasure in others' pain or sadness. And so, these guys are going to kill a lot of people, and that makes them happy. So that makes them sadistic. A few more. Drunk tank. This is like when a police finds a drunk person. Okay, being drunk is not that great, but it's not that bad. But they can't let them just stay outside in society and cause trouble, so they take them to jail, and they make them stay in jail for a day or two. It's not like prison. They just stay at the police station, but they just call it the drunk tank. Stay in here until you become sober, pay some money, and then you can go. Heist is like a plan for a crime, a calculated crime event thing. And most heists aren't done by smart people. They're done by dumb people that just get lucky. Unrequited means not shared. Dante has unrequited love for Milana, right? Or a crush, right? Some feelings inside he doesn't share. Frigid is like frozen, but with like cold, frozen from cold. So frigid air is like that super cold air that makes you. And discussion question. All right. How would you take care of Charlie? Okay, think about director Carter. Now, of course, Charlie's the main character. We like reading about Charlie, so we maybe connect with her a little bit. But director Carter thinks that Charlie's a criminal, so she has to take care of Charlie. Well, would you try to kill Charlie, or would you take care of her in a different way? Pay her off with money, offer her a job. I mean, there's a bunch of different things you could do. But maybe if you were Director Carter, how would you take care of Charlie? Maybe in a good way or even a bad way. Of course, please make your own discussion question. That is all the time that we have for today, but thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Book Club Preview. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.